Nasia, the fumbling farmer here. You may have noticed I am not outside because it's cold, and I don't do the cold. Even though I have a fall garden, so how's that work? But it works because we live here in North Carolina, and in North Carolina it gets warm in the winter still, so I can make it work. So what's going on in the garden right now is the last 2 nights have been like for real cold, like for real, like 29, 28 degrees. And so my tomato plant, I looked out there, it's already all wilted and fallen over. My pepper plants look like they're pretty much wilted and fallen over. And the covering is on like the kale and the Brussels sprouts and all those things that I planted under there. So I haven't looked at what that looks like. It does need watering. I can see that just looking at the radishes. The radishes and the turnips actually look okay. Carrots look okay. I knew they would be okay because this is the second time for me growing them over the winter. I wasn't sure about the radish and turnips, but they look okay, but they look dry. So I do have to get out there tomorrow. Tomorrow it's supposed to be back up into the 70s again. Look at this crazy weather, y'all. Look at this. All right, like, what are we supposed to do with that, right? It's like 70 degrees and then it's 30 degrees. What are we going to do with that? Anyway, so yeah, today was a lazy Saturday. I should have gone outside. It did get up like 68, 69 degrees. I could have gone out and done a little bit of work, but I made it a lazy Saturday. Actually, what I was doing is I was sitting, waiting for the mail person. I was like, come through, mail person, and kept checking my phone and looking at this all day. So I was checking that all day long, right? Trying to wait for it to come, and guess what? It came! So that's my wintertime thing, is like obsession, is I buy seeds, and I have no space for all these seeds that I have. But we'll figure that out when we get there. All right, so wintertime for me is planning kind of what the garden's gonna look like, just kind of dreaming how I want it to look, what I want to grow in it, what I want to change about it. And so I already have kind of the ideas brewing. I have 2 beds that are separate and smaller, and I want to elongate them and join them together. So I'm going to do that. I know where I'm going to plant my tomatoes this year, and I'll have a sketch and sometime bring that about and show y'all. I mean, I don't have a sketch yet. I have a sketch in my head. When it's on paper, then I'll show you. All that is like wintertime stuff, and then wintertime, and then going out to check on the kale and all that too. But wintertime is also like buying seeds, and I already have boxes of seeds too. I think I'm gonna get a photo album. I've seen people organize their seeds in photo album in like alphabetical order, which like makes my heart happy, like that organization. I never stay organized, but I love to start organized. So one of my classroom rules is organization is half the battle. And we have desk clean out every Friday so that we can keep our desks clean and organized. So I'm trying to organize my seeds this winter too. But I'll go and take them out and just look through them and think about them. If I've already grown them, I'll be like, oh, how'd these grow? I haven't grown them yet. Kind of imagine what that's going to look like. And I'm kind of getting towards really wanting to mix vegetables and flowers all together, and to get away from like, this is the tomato bed and this is the pepper bed and stuff like that, and just kind of mix everything all up and jumble it all up. And obviously in a way that makes sense. Like corn, I know I have to plant the corn together because of the way it pollinates. It needs to be in a bed. But I was watching one video and somebody said something about they just put bush bean plants everywhere, like throughout their garden. And I was like, that makes so much sense. Like beans like help to like add nitrogen to the soil. They're soil fixers. And so why not like put beans everywhere? Like if you have a little bit of open space between tomato plants, go ahead and pop a bean plant in, right? Like that makes so much sense. So I think I'm gonna do that. Anyway, here we go. It's opened. Ah, look how cute it is. Makes me happy. All right. These are Baker Creek seeds. All right, and I did buy a lot of flower seeds too. So let us go through. I feel rich. I'll start throwing it up in the air. My daughter just came downstairs. She's like, what you doing, Mom? Anywho, back to the video. So, yarrow, how you say it? It says it's perennial in zones 2 through 9. And I got a nice colory mix here. It prefers full sun, and it can tolerate dry soils as long as they're well draining. And you plant these 12 weeks before the frost. So that means that I can be planting these in the winter time. I'm going to set up, I have like this really bootleg SpongeBob SquarePants table. It's the kids' table, like art table from when they were little. They don't use it anymore. They have like a desk in their room now. But that's like my planting table currently. So I'm going to set up the SpongeBob table. I'm going to start growing things in the winter. I have some grow lights. Where are they at? I think they're outside, but they're like the kind that clip onto the edge of the table and then they can hang over the things. So these might be something that I can start growing in the winter, and that will make me happy. All right, I got these sunflowers. Last time I grew like some huge sunflowers, and they like grow one big thing, and yeah, that's great and whatever. So I think I'll enjoy these ones that look like they make a couple smaller sunflowers instead. So this is 2-3 weeks before the last frost, and they have kind of these shredded looking leaves, which I thought was cute and make a nice bright color, and they're supposed to attract pollinators, so that's good. And then I got sweet peas, and sweet peas just smell delicious. And so that's kind of why I got them, to add a little bit of smell, and plant them here and there. Let's see what you're supposed to do. Soak the seeds overnight, early spring, moderate conditions, cut frequently for high. Seeds, pods, and plants are poisonous. Yeah, so if you have animals, like I know people who have goats or dogs or different animals that might like chew on leaves and stuff, they won't plant these. But we only have a hedgehog, so, and it's not going outside. So sweet peas, I'm excited about those. All right, I got another kind of watermelon. I had the little sweet sugar daddy, I think they're called, the sugar daddy watermelons, and they were like, if you saw my video, they were like this big, and we got like a bite out of each of them. So I'm gonna try them again. They're icebox melons, so they're still not supposed to be huge, and you can direct seed them. I'm gonna have to make sure I get the soil right. I think that's what I didn't have. Not great soil and inconsistent watering, so I'm gonna try again. I don't give up, y'all. I really don't. Okay, so next is celosia. I love how furry this is, and I'm like a really tactile person, and so I always I love running my hands over these when I'm walking out in the garden and just being able to touch them. I have these, and I have the lamb's ear in some of the flower beds, and I just go out there and touch them. So I'm excited to plant these. What I need to know: start indoors 3 to 4 weeks before. Plant in full sun. Okay, that's cool. Okay, and then I got some celery, because I'm like, why not? Celery is like one of those things, you know, when I buy them in the store, you buy them in the clump, you only need like 1 or 2 really in whatever recipe you're making, and then you have like 3 more stalks left that just sit there and stare at you every time you open the refrigerator door, like, dude, are you gonna use me? Like, no, really, I'm not. I'm only needed 2. So I'm gonna plant celery, because celery you can just cut what you need and then the rest keeps on growing, sort of thing. So I am going to get some of that in the garden, and not too many plants, like just a couple, and maybe try to succession sow them. This is another start 8 to 12 weeks ahead of last frost, so I can start them let's see, I can start them probably in January, I think. Oh, my scarf's doing weird things. Oh well, whatever. It is what it is. So I think I could start these early. I'm going to put them in the pile with the yarrow. All right. These are dahlias. I have some candy cane dahlias in my garden now, and I love them. And also, they bloom like earlier. Not like spring, but like earlier summer. And then they bloomed again in the fall, which was really lovely to have some blooms out in the fall. And so I got some more seeds here that I'm going to start. Full sun, rich soil, warm temps, tubers maybe over winter. Yeah, and so you can start them from seed, but they also have tubers. So if you already have plants, then they create tubers, and you can kind of dig them up and spread them out if they start to get too populated in one area. Also, if it's really cold areas for dahlias, then you need to dig up the tubers and kind of keep them inside in the winter. But where we are in North Carolina, they keep coming up every year, so I guess we don't have to do that. All right, I'm excited about these. The Mexican sour gherkin cucumber. I've heard people call them cucamelons. Are those the same thing? Cucamelons and these sour gherkins? I don't know, because I looked up cucamelons and maybe I'm like mixing stuff up. I don't know. Anyway, so it says they look like miniature water and they have a refreshing tart flavor. And I know people do like pickles with these or just eat them off the thing. They're trellis growing, so I am going to grow them up the trellis in that garden area. Needs abundant soil moisture and rich soil. Some afternoon shade is beneficial. I have to think about that a little, where I get some afternoon shade. Maybe on the back trellis. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, so I have to think about it a little, but I'm excited about those. All right, and then I love Cosmos. And we have so many already, but we have like yellow and light pink ones and orange, yellow, orange, and light pink. And so I wanted just a splash of more pink in there. And so it says this is a orange to pink in color, but they're really easy to grow and they self-seed. Once you put them down, they come up like crazy business. Okay, this one, I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks like mustache. So I want to say stash, and the first part looks like aga, right? It's only a soft G if there's an E, I, or Y after it, so it's a hard G. So aga stash. Is that what we doing? Is that what we saying? I need a pronunciation guide. All right, if y'all know how to say it, type me out like a pronunciation key for it. Anyway, these are supposed to be fragrant flower spikes. I also got these because they're kind of spiky flowers, sort of like the celosia looking, that they look like that. I've never grown these before, but they're supposed to be attract beneficial insects, and hummingbirds love them. And we have like 1 or 2 hummingbirds that would come and check out our flowers. So if we can get a few more hummingbirds, I'll be excited about that. Surface sow, keep seeds moist until germination. Light aids germination. Okay, so in 4 to 6 weeks before, about a month before, I'm going to be starting a lot of this flower stuff because it's really hard to start them indoors. Hold on, my daughter's knocking to come in. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back again. I just had to go ahead and open the door up, and as you see, I got a new friend joining me.
Hi.
All right. So Nyla's going to sit with us because she has her flower garden. This year she grew, what did you grow? Morning Glories?
Yeah, Morning Glories
and
zinnias.
Zinnias, yep. And they did great in her garden. They got some powdery mildew towards the end of the season, but they did great otherwise.
They were like vines.
We planted some tulip bulbs in there this fall, so hopefully next spring she'll have some nice colorful tulips. I think the black-eyed Susan vines, you wanted that in your garden too? So do you want Morning Glories and black-eyed Susan vines?
What are black-eyed?
The ones growing up my arch out here on the side of the house.
Oh yeah, and I also wanted moonflowers.
And you wanted moonflowers. So we're doing that in the vines. But once the tulips are gone, and I'm sure some zinnias will self-seed and come back. But once those are gone, she also needs some other flowers in there. So she's going to look through some of these seeds too and see if she's interested in any. All right, let's keep on going. So next I got artichoke.
Yeah,
okay, I've never grown artichoke before, but I'm really excited to grow these. And I know that they kind of come back year after year. It says easiest in areas of long, cool summers, which is not what we have. We have the long, but we don't have the cool. And it says sow indoors 2 to 3 months before average last frost. So these are another ones I'll probably get planted when the yarrow and the celery gets planted. And seedlings require chill periods, night below 45 degrees, but above freezing to produce the chokes. They call them chokes. I also like artichokes because the flowers are really pretty in and of themselves, like big, beautiful, purple, fuzzy flowers kind of thing. So I'm planning to also let some of these go to seed as well. Are they frost hardy? They said yes. Okay. All right. So that's what I need to plant. My next seed I have here is a kajari melon. I got these before. I've grown these before. I really liked them. They ended up getting kind of attacked by the
vine borers.
Not vine borers, the little cucumber
Beetles?
Not beetles.
Worms?
Worms, like the little caterpillar kind of things. They're not cucumber worms. What are they called? No. The cabbage worm, cabbage butterfly caterpillar worm thingy. So they got attacked by those, but we still got to taste a couple, and they're just so pretty. Like, it's just pretty. Like, it turns out all green, dark green and light green stripes, but then it turns this beautiful orange color, and you know that it's ripe and ready to eat. And they smell good, and it's just a nice, gentle flavor. It's not as strong as like what do you call them? Cantaloupe. Yeah, good. Or honeydew melon. It's not as strong as that flavor, so it's a nice gentle flavor. So it's just really nice and good. All right, when are you playing? And it prefers sandy, very rich, well-drained soil. Be careful not to overwater, especially as the fruit is approaching maturity. Okay, interesting. Next, we have
onions.
Onions. Yeah, I have never yet successfully grown onions, and I know that it's easier to grow them from the little bulb thingy that you can buy, but I can never find the daggone bulbs anywhere for a price that's not astronomical. And so whenever I go to Walmart or the Home Depot and look for the bulbs there, they're always like, the bins are empty. The bins are there, but they're empty, or it's like
maybe you should like stake out.
I need to like stake out, right? I need to get an inside connection to Walmart and be like, or to Home Depot and be like, let me know when your onions come in, right? Or we just start doing daily onion visits, or we find out when the onion delivery. Anyway, I'm going to try to grow onions from seeds. I tried before. I didn't do something right. Usually start indoors 8 to 12 weeks in advance, typically 3 to 4 weeks ahead of last frost of planting out. So, yeah, I'm going to start these indoors. And then I'm going to try and see what happens. Right, here's another cosmos. So I had the kind of bright pink cosmos here, and then I have kind of a lighter pink cosmos here. I was thinking that you might be interested in these ones. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then I have some more celosia here. Where's the other celosia that I have?
Oh, this
is that it? No, that's the agastache, I think is how. Oh, here it is. So I have this kind of celosia here that's kind of purpley, and this one has some kind of like oranges and pinks in it too. Yeah. And so I am excited about growing that there, and it's kind of a different kind of fuzziness. Like, these are fuzzy kind of tube looking things, and these ones here are more fuzzy, are more like pointy kind of thing, feathery. I don't know what to say. I got butterfly peas. Why did I get butterfly peas? Okay. Yeah, hold on. Let me figure out why. They're used in herbal medicine and Asian cuisines. The vines climb a trellis or arbor beautifully, and they produce tons of little flowers throughout the summer. It's very easy to harvest and dry the flowers to make an amazing deep blue tea. So I am trying to get more into teas this next growing season. I'm going to try to grow more herbs and everything, and just try making teas. I'm trying to drink more water. So, keyword trying. Have I drunk any water today? I think I drank like half a bottle. Anyway, so I'm trying to drink more water, and I'm hoping maybe if I make it more in tea form, and if it's like fun teas, like a nice like blue tea kind of thing, then maybe I'll drink it more. Scarify seeds and soak overnight, and you can just sow them directly into the soil there. So we'll see what happens with that. All right. Next, I have runner beans, and these are runner beans called Black Knight. Look at them. Those,
like Batman.
Those look cool.
Wait,
these are. Wait,
that's the dark.
Look at them.
Huh? Yeah, Batman.
Yeah. So It says it takes 60 to 80 days to grow. It's an edible ornamental with scarlet red blooms. Oh, that's why I got these ones, because the flowers are like red, bright red flowers. So I thought that would look pretty in the garden or growing someplace. The young tender pods make superior snap beans, but you can also allow them to mature as the mature beans are a culinary delight, and the dried beans are a deep obsidian color, and their flavor and texture, and then it stops. It doesn't say anything. I need my reading glasses, what I really need. Vigorous long vines. I went to the no, I have a pair upstairs if you want to grab them. I went to the eye doctor the other day, and because like I'm doing a thing where I'm like, what's this say, what's this say, what? And I've never had to do that before. I never needed glasses before. I've always had 20/20 vision, and I was like, I can't see, what's wrong? And so I went to a doctor, and basically what she told me was like, your eyes are great, you're just getting old. And I'm like, oh, thanks, doc. But anyway, I was already I had my reading glasses kind of thing, and so thank you, honey. And so she was like, these are just like over-the-counter glasses from the drugstore. And that's what she recommended. So I was like, oh, I'm already doing that. Prefers mild temperatures, best as an early summer crop in hot areas. Oh, that's good to know. And I also have to soak these seeds overnight. So early summer. So when I'm starting to think these out, I'm already starting to plan in my garden like, okay, this needs to be early summer. This needs cool time. This does well in hot weather. And although if you've noticed, nothing does well in hot weather. But we just gonna keep moving. And so I like how it says, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but it says frost hardy, and then can you see it? And then it says no in like capital letters, like N-O, absolutely not. So that's funny. All right, nope, wait. And then I got a Parisian pickling cucumber. I have made bread and butter pickles with my other cucumbers. Like I get the regular size cucumber because I use them in salads and things like that. But then I also make bread and butter pickle. But then I thought if I get this kind of smaller one here, I want to make the little dill pickles. And I have the dill pickle salt mix already. I just need the pickles, so I'm going to grow those. Now, one thing I really like about Baker Creek is that they send you free seeds. And so the next 2 seed packets are stuff that I did not order, but they send you free seeds with it. So, got this coral carrot. Even when grown in heavier soil, so it should be good with heavier soils. It's widely grown in Europe, but unknown in the U.S., and light fluffy soil, surface though. Yeah, carrots are really hard because you just sprinkle them on the top, and sometimes the wind blows them away and stuff. I've seen people put like rest kind of pieces of wood over it so the wind doesn't blow them away. Consistent irrigation, you need to keep them wet, and best in cooler weather. That's why I got my carrots growing now. So maybe what I'll do is plant a crop kind of midwinterish and see what happens. And then the other free seeds I got is this pepper. It's called a datil pepper. Takes 100 days. It's blazing hot. Blunt little 3.5 inch fruit ripens to brilliant orange yellow. Vicious heat. Complex fruity flavor. Like stop it. Stop trying to make it sound like this is something we want to eat. You done said vicious heat. Don't tell me about no vicious feet. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be heat from my head to my feet. But you can start this indoors, 8 to 12 weeks. But you know what? My neighbor does like to have, like he would grow really hot peppers. So maybe this is something that I can like grow and offer it to my neighbor. A heat mat helps to warm the soil and speed germination. Peppers often appreciate a bit of afternoon shade during the hottest summer weather. Okay, so wherever I find afternoon shade for whatever other plant that was, there was some other plant that wanted afternoon shade. I also have to find afternoon shade for this. And, you know, I could always make my afternoon shade with a shade cloth. All right, so Nyla,
Yeah?
do you want some sweet peas? They smell really good. They only grow in the spring, though.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you want some sweet peas. Do you want this butterfly pea?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
I said
Do
yeah.
you want celosia?
Yeah.
You want this? Maybe 1 or 2 plants? Maybe. Okay, that's a maybe. All right, how about this celosia? That's a maybe. Okay, you want that agastache? Nope. All right, but you do want the cosmos.
Wait, Mom. No, this is a yes.
Oh, this is a no. Okay. Do you want any dahlias?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want dahlias or do you want zinnias? I think you don't need both. The dahlias take up a lot of space.
Mama, no, I want that.
You want it? Okay. All right. And I think that's all. Oh, and I have some yarrow. Do you want the yarrow? These are little tiny flowers in bunches. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Nyla's picked out some of her flowers. We'll get those planted there. I'll start probably planting stuff in like January-ish. The ones that are going to take 8 to 12 weeks or whatever it said. And so, yay! I'm also going to look for a photo album so I can organize these into and kind of look through all the seeds and start drawing my pictures of my garden and just dreaming of gardens.
Mama, I wanna
Dream a little dream.
I wanna plant some
Dream a
watermelon.
little dream. I don't know if you have enough space, but you can help me.
Get some new bricks.
Or you can help me take care of my watermelon patch. Because it's right behind your garden. So maybe it can come and be an extension. And maybe we could split it. Oh, I can't see with these glasses on far away. Maybe we can split it in half. And then half can be your watermelon patch and half can be your watermelon patch.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So, sounds like a plan. There we go. The kids' gardens are planned.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think that's all we have for you today. Is that. Thank you for sitting with me through my seed reveal. And that's my girl flashing her seeds.
You should definitely plant some.
and dreaming with me a little bit. I think the winter time gardeners often get sad about in the winter because there's like not stuff growing, but winter time is your time to dream. And it's good to dream, good to imagine, good to plan, and
like
have
Bob
that in your
Ross.
future. I sound like Bob Ross? Yes! Instead of just painting a little tree, we just gonna plant. Imagine, we just gonna dream of planting a little tree. Well, not tree, just plants. Anyway, thank you for staying and watching. And my videographer is here, so you know what I have to say. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed
You haven't
yet.
been saying that?
What? Who said that? And like and follow and click the bell. Ring the bell. What do you do?
Click.
Click.
Dang it! Ring it. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. No, click the bell.
Okay, anyway, whatever, so that you get notifications when I post a new video.
And comment down below.
And feel free to comment. I love people commenting, all my friends who are commenting on here. Let me know, like, what you're planting, which have you planted before, and any advice you have for me about it, which ones you're interested in, too. So, go ahead and comment. I love getting comments on the channel. So, thank you so much. Happy gardening, y'all.
Wow.
Say it with me. Say, happy gardening, y'all.
Happy gardening, y'all.